Hello, everyone. I'm Jeff Egberg. Most students think interviews are just one single event. In reality, interviews are a multi stage journey: applications, screening, assessments, interviews, HR checks, and the final offer decision. At each stage, different people, different formats, and different evaluation criteria are used, and understanding those
The journey
differences
starts
gives
with
you a
the
clear
application.
advantage. At this stage, recruiters scan for basic job fit signals: title match, relevant keywords, and a short resume headline that shows impact. If your application passes that filter, the next step is screening. Screening is usually a short 10 to 15-minute interaction designed to quickly verify communication, clarity, intent, and whether your background roughly matches the job description. Screenings come in several formats: a telephonic recruiter call, a quick video call, a recorded one way video response, or an initial chat via hiring platforms. Typical screening questions include: walk me through your resume, why this role, and what are your current responsibilities. And the goal is to decide if the company should invest more time. If you pass screening, many companies use assessments to objectively measure aptitude or domain skill. Assessments can be timed aptitude tests, logical reasoning sections, domain specific quizzes, coding tests on platforms like HackerRank, or situational judgment tests. Some companies use take home assignments that range from 1 to 4 hours to small projects that mimic the role. In many hiring funnels, how you perform on assessments heavily influences whether you get to live technical rounds. Technical and functional interviews test whether you can actually do the job. For software roles, this may mean coding on a whiteboard or in a shared editor, pair programming, or system design discussions. For non technical functions, it could mean case studies, business problem solving, Excel or SQL exercises, marketing campaign design, or a product walkthrough. Technical rounds vary by depth. An initial technical screen checks basic skills, a mid level round probes problem solving patterns and approach, and a deep dive round challenges you on architecture trade offs and past project ownership. Common formats include live coding, take home assignments with follow up discussions, whiteboard walkthroughs, and portfolio demos. Interviewers at this stage evaluate clarity of thought, structured approach, correctness, trade off awareness, and the ability to explain decisions. Managerial and behavioral interviews assess fit, ownership, and how you operate in real teams. Managers want to see evidence of leadership, conflict resolution, motivation, and situational judgment. These rounds often use star style storytelling prompts, but they can also be scenario simulations where you are asked to role play a decision or navigate a hypothetical crisis. Variations include one on one manager rounds, panel interviews with multiple stakeholders, bar raiser rounds focused on hiring standards, and stress interviews that intentionally increase pressure to observe behavior. Questions you can expect include: tell me about a time you failed, how do you prioritize conflicting tasks, and how do you influence without authority? And the interviewer gauges authenticity, self awareness, ownership, and decision quality. HR and final rounds are about alignment. HR checks for stability, cultural fit, notice period logistics, salary expectations, and practicalities like start date and documentation. This is also where companies look for red flags such as unrealistic salary demands, inconsistent career narratives, or unwillingness on joining timelines. Final rounds sometimes include a cross functional panel or a short meeting with the hiring manager's peer or senior leader to validate fit and confirm internal alignment before approvals. Across all stages, there are many variations companies use depending on role level, industry, and hiring philosophy. You might see group discussions to test communication and teamwork, assessment centers with multiple timed activities, panel interviews that include peers and cross functional stakeholders, leadership rounds that focus on long term potential, live tasks such as pair programming or in person simulations, and portfolio review rounds for creative roles. Some organizations use bar raisers to protect hiring standards, others add take home critiques, and startups may favor informal but deep conversations about impact and initiative. Interviewers evaluate candidates along 5 universal dimensions regardless of format. Communication clarity is the first. Can you explain complex ideas simply? Confidence and presence are second. Do you demonstrate composure and professionalism? Problem solving approach is third. Do you break problems into logical steps, verify assumptions, and consider trade offs? Attitude and learnability are fourth. Are you curious, coachable, and do you own mistakes? Team and culture fit is fifth. Will you collaborate, adapt, and contribute positively to the team dynamic? How you structure answers and demonstrate process often matters more than arriving at a perfect answer. There are practical timing and level cues to be aware of. Junior roles usually focus more on aptitude and learning potential, while senior roles focus on ownership, decision making history, and impact metrics. Common red flags interviewers notice include vague answers without specifics, blaming others for failures, inability to articulate trade offs, poor time management in tests, and inconsistent timelines. Green flags include quantifiable outcomes, clear role ownership, thoughtful questions for the interviewer, and a demonstrated learning curve. This chapter sets the stage for the rest of the module. In the upcoming chapters, we will deconstruct each stage with full walkthroughs. You will see RiseON AI mock interviews that mimic the exact stage and who is taking the interview, including recruiter, technical interviewer, manager, or HR. Each mock will present scenario variations such as stress interviews, panel settings, or take home assignments, provide suggested answers and scripts, and produce detailed feedback on structure, content, confidence, and areas to improve. We will also show how to adapt answers by role level, how to handle curveball or stress questions, and how to pitch projects and achievements succinctly. Understanding the anatomy of interviews removes fear and replaces it with strategy. When you know what each stage measures and what formats to expect, you can prepare targeted responses, choose the right examples, and manage your time and tone across the process. This knowledge combined with practice and feedback is what turns preparation into performance. Now let's move forward and start applying this framework step by step so you can walk into each round with clarity, control, and confidence.